Martyrs of the Catholic Church are a group of individuals who have demonstrated remarkable faith and uncompromising devotion to their beliefs, even at the cost of their own lives. These courageous men and women have faced persecution, torture, and death in their unwavering commitment to the Catholic faith. Their selfless acts and steadfastness in the face of adversity serve as testament to the strength, resilience, and unwavering faith of the human spirit. Through their martyrdom, these individuals have become a source of inspiration and continue to be remembered and honored by the Catholic Church for their ultimate sacrifice.
Saint Joan of Arc was born in Domremy, France, in 1412. She was a devoutly religious young woman who, at the age of 17, claimed to have received visions from God instructing her to support Charles VII in his quest to reclaim the French throne from the English during the 100 Years' War. Joan of Arc obtained permission from Charles VII to lead the French army and played a significant role in turning the tide of the war. She led several successful military campaigns, including the lifting of the English siege of Orléans in 1429, which was a pivotal moment in the conflict. Despite these victories, Joan was captured by the Burgundians in 1430 and eventually sold to the English for a considerable sum. She was put on trial by the English-controlled Church Inquisition and faced charges of heresy, witchcraft, and dressing in male attire. The trial was politically motivated, aiming to discredit the legitimacy of Charles VII's claim to the throne. Joan of Arc was found guilty and was sentenced to death by burning at the stake. On May 30, 1431, at the age of 19, she was executed in Rouen, France. Her trial and execution became a subject of controversy even during her lifetime. Years later, Joan's conviction was overturned, and she was declared innocent of the charges in a posthumous retrial. In 1920, she was canonized as a saint by the Roman Catholic Church, becoming known as Saint Joan of Arc. Before her death, Joan of Arc famously declared, "I die innocent. The voices from God have never inspired me with anything false." These words reflect her unwavering faith and determination in fulfilling her divine mission, even in the face of death. Joan's bravery and conviction have made her an enduring symbol of courage and inspiration throughout history. Saint Joan of Arc, please pray for us. Lorenzo Ruiz was a Filipino martyr who lived in the 17th century. He was born in Binondo, Manila, and worked as a sacristan in the local church. When he was accused of murder, San Lorenzo fled to Japan along with several Dominican missionaries. In Japan, Christianity was strictly forbidden, and believers were persecuted. San Lorenzo and his companions were captured and subjected to brutal torture to renounce their faith. Despite the immense suffering, they refused to renounce Christianity and remained steadfast in their beliefs. On September 27, 1637, San Lorenzo Ruiz and his companions were executed by crucifixion in Nagasaki. Before his death, San Lorenzo uttered the now famous line, "I am a Catholic and wholeheartedly do accept death for the Lord. Had I 1,000 lives, all these to him shall I offer." San Lorenzo Ruiz is recognized as the first Filipino saint and martyr, canonized on October 18, 1987, by Pope John Paul II. He is revered for his unwavering faith and willingness to sacrifice his life for his beliefs. Saint Lorenzo Ruiz, please pray for us. Saint Peter Chanel was a French Catholic priest who lived in the early 19th century. He dedicated his life to missionary work and hoped to spread Catholicism to the island of Futuna in the South Pacific. However, his efforts faced significant challenges as the islanders strongly adhered to their traditional religious beliefs. Despite facing hostility and threats, Chanel persisted in his mission. He learned the local language and customs, and gradually established a small Christian community. However, his success angered the tribal leaders who saw their authority and traditions being challenged. In 1841, a group of warriors brutally murdered Peter Chanel, viewing him as a threat to their way of life. Before his death, Chanel is said to have uttered his famous phrase, "May my blood be the last shed for the conversion of this island." These words came to symbolize his unwavering commitment to his mission and the sacrifices he was willing to make for his faith. Peter Chanel's martyrdom ultimately had a profound impact. His death served as a catalyst for the conversion of Futuna to Christianity, with many islanders embracing the faith he preached. He was later canonized as a saint by the Catholic Church, and his life and sacrifice continue to inspire and serve as an example to missionaries around the world. Saint Peter Chanel of Oceania, please pray for us. Blessed Maria Restituta Kafka was born on May 1, 1894 in Austria-Hungary, now the Czech Republic. At the age of 14, she left school to become a nurse. In 1914, she joined the Franciscan Sisters of Christian Charity and took on the name Restituta. After completing her training as a nurse, Sister Restituta dedicated her life to caring for the sick and injured. She worked in the Lienz Hospital in Vienna, where she became known for her compassion and dedication to her patients. During World War II, Austria was under Nazi rule, and Sister Restituta openly opposed the regime. She was critical of Hitler and the Nazi ideology, and even used her position as a nurse to hide Jews and distribute anti-Nazi propaganda. In 1942, she was arrested by the Gestapo for her activities and was accused of treason. Despite pleas for clemency, she was sentenced to death. On March 30, 1943, Maria Restituta Kafka was beheaded in the Vienna Central Prison. In 1998, Sister Restituta was beatified by Pope John Paul II, recognizing her martyrdom and sanctity. She is remembered for her selfless service to others, her resistance to Nazi oppression, and her unwavering faith in the face of persecution. Blessed Maria Restituta Kafka, please pray for us. Jerzy Popielewski was a Polish Roman Catholic priest who became a symbol of resistance against the communist regime in Poland during the 1980s. Born on September 14, 1947, in Poland, Popielewski was ordained a priest in 1972 and became known for his activism supporting the Solidarity movement, which aimed to fight for workers' rights and oppose the oppressive regime. Popielewski used his sermons to speak out against the government's human rights abuses and to promote social justice and freedom. He became widely respected for his courage and unwavering determination to stand up for the oppressed. However, his activism and strong words made him a target of the communist regime. On October 19, 1984, Popielewski was kidnapped by 3 agents of the Polish secret police. He was brutally tortured and ultimately murdered. His body was found in a reservoir on October 30, 1984. The news of his death sparked widespread outrage and further galvanized the opposition against the communist regime. One of Popielewski's most famous quotes, often referred to as his last testament, is, "I beg you not to hate those who murder, who torture, who persecute, because hatred does not have creative power." These words encapsulate his message of forgiveness and love, even in the face of extreme oppression. Jerzy Popielewski's martyrdom and his powerful words continue to inspire people around the world, serving as a reminder of the importance of standing up for justice, human rights, and freedom in the face of adversity. Blessed Jerzy Popielewski, please pray for us.